Hello, I'm back. I'm Georgianne Ford with the Alpha Center for Divorce Mediation. And today I have back one of our attorney mediators, Debbie Schneider. And Debbie today is going to talk to us about Social Security and divorce, which is a topic I don't recall us talking about before. And it sounds like there's a lot to this. And Debbie's going to touch on, I guess, the biggest part today. And I'm sure we'll have questions. So Debbie, thanks for coming back and being our guest today.
Thank you, Georgianne. I'm happy to be here.
Great. So tell us about Social Security and divorce.
Okay, so it's a big topic. And the Social Security was created in this country in 1935. I think we all think it's been around longer than that, but it has not. When Social Security was created, I think the American society was structured in such a way that most of the time, both people did not work outside the home. Typically, I think one person worked outside the home and the other person was the homemaker. As time went on, though, in 1939, they amended the Social Security laws and they said, okay, we're going to create a spousal benefit. And this was designed to give the lesser earning spouse or the spouse that might have been the homemaker an opportunity to take advantage of some Social Security benefits under their spouse's number, if you will. All right, so it is possible for divorced spouses to claim their ex-spouse's benefits. All right, so there are some rules that have to be applied, and they're very strictly applied. I mean, there's no real exceptions to these. So the first major requirement is that you have to be divorced for 2 years. And the second is you have to be married more than 10 years. And if it's if it's anything less than 10 years, the entitlement does not apply at all. All right. So if you're on the cusp and you're thinking about a divorce, I would say, if possible, postpone it till you reach the 10-year mark, because it is possible to take advantage of this. So once you've reached the 10-year mark and you've been divorced 2 years, the lesser earning spouse, both parties have to be over the age of 62. But the primary spouse, the one who's earned most of the benefits or the greater number of benefits, does not have to be receiving benefits. They have to be over 62, but they don't have to be receiving benefits of their own for their spouse, who has also reached 62, to be claiming under the spousal benefit. Now, what's always interesting about this is that the primary spouse, the one who's earned more benefits, often says, well, are my benefits going to be reduced? And the answer is no. The spousal benefit is up to 1/2 of what the primary spouse's benefits would be. So if you meet all of these requirements and you're divorced, I do recommend that you pursue this.
Good question, Debbie.
Sure.
So you're saying if I was the higher earner or my spouse was the higher earner and I went for the benefits, the benefit claim,
right?
They went for me. I'm not going to lose any of my benefit, yet my ex-spouse would get half of.
Up to half, yes.
Wow.
But it doesn't reduce your benefit. I mean, that's the question I always hear, right?
Hey.
When I'm announcing this in divorce mediation work, that primary spouse always says, well, do I get less because he or she is going to take some of my benefit? And the answer is no, not at all. All right. So, but you're not entitled to 2 benefits. All right. So if you have earned benefits under your own Social Security number or account,
okay,
then you are entitled to the greater of the 2 amounts. All right. So there's no double dipping here. I mean, it's very strictly regulated, right? Now, one of the things that's always interesting is that if you have more than one spouse and you're divorced from that person and you remain married more than 10 years, then the spousal benefits apply to a second marriage and a third marriage, as long as you're married more than 10 years. All right. So for anyone counseling or mediating, divorcing couples, this is something that you should always ask your couples. You should always find out not only what the present circumstances are, but are they divorced? Have they had prior divorces? And, there like so many things government related. There are a fair number of nuances to this. So I've given you the general rules, but I really recommend that you go to the Social Security website. I think it's a robust website. You probably know that the Social Security Administration no longer sends out written statements. So if you want to find out the status of your own benefits, you have to go on the website and create your own account. So that's really the way to get started. And although it takes, a little bit of effort to find answers to your questions, I really believe you probably can on the website. And I also know there's mechanisms to ask them questions. I mean, I don't think you'll get an immediate answer. It is a big federal bureaucracy, but I do believe there are people there that are willing to provide answers and help. One of the final comments I should make is that the Social Security Administration and all the benefits are a federal entitlement, which means that you always have the option of these. They supersede, federal law always supersedes state law. So state laws, divorce laws are state laws. And so your local divorce laws are never going to interfere with your federal Social Security entitlements. You really cannot negotiate away in a divorce your right to Social Security benefits. And I should mention too that both spouses have to be alive. I mean, the primary spouse, the higher earning spouse, cannot be deceased, right? You cannot claim this once that person has passed away. So they have to be alive. They don't have to be receiving benefits, but they have to be alive. And, again, this is where one of the nuances takes place, because there are some divorced spouse rights if your spouse passes away. So that's one of the nuances that you should explore, either with a financial planner, a divorce certified accountant, or with the Social Security Administration.
Lots of things we really don't know about.
Well, lots of couples don't know about it. And one of the nicest things about it is that when people are facing divorce and they're looking at probably a change in their lifestyle, maybe an adjustment in their lifestyle that they're not particularly looking forward to, hearing about this, what can often be income they didn't know about, is often very, very much appreciated. So that's really good point.
So one final question. So if I was receiving benefits from an ex-spouse and that spouse were to pass away, the benefits I'm receiving would stop.
Yes, actually, yes. And you also cannot be remarried. That's the other thing. You have to remain single. And the primary spouse, the higher earning spouse, can be remarried, but not the person seeking the benefits. That's often not terribly well received, but I think that is based on what is essentially a public policy value that's pretty prevalent in our society, that says that if you have a new spouse, ex-spouses should not be required to provide financial support. The same rule applies to alimony, right? If a spouse is receiving alimony in the state of Pennsylvania, typically if they remarry, the alimony stops.
I've heard that. Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
And again, that's a reflection of that same public policy.
Mm-hmm.
That says if you have a new spouse, your old spouse should be off the hook.
Right. You are such an expert, and this is such a topic that we wouldn't even be thinking about to ask questions. But
Right.
even just bringing up that you don't get hard copies anymore, I didn't know that,
Right.
and that you have to open an account on
Right.
the SS. I think what's
And
the website to go to?
SSA.
Okay, SSA. Yeah.
Social Security Administration.org. Yeah. I mean, it's like I said, it's a robust website and it has a lot of really good information on it.
And thank you for all of your information today.
You're welcome, Georgianne.
And I just want to say to everybody, reach out. You have a question, you want to talk to Debbie, you want to find out more about, you have more questions about what her topic was today or any topic. There's anybody at the Alpha Center for Divorce Mediation happy to answer those questions.